crossing my fingers that
Fingers
it's
crossed.
working.
Yes. We're having a great time over here. Less tech issues.
What?
We're having a great time. We have
Having a great time.
less tech issues than last week, but we're still getting getting our footing. So
Still getting our footing. My Wi-Fi today despises me. So
you just froze in a wonderful position. And yeah.
I might scream, but I'm scared of how it would freeze during my scream, so
That's
I
fair.
won't.
Well, should we get started?
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
Well, happy May the 4th, everybody. We got our all dressed up for it a little bit. If you didn't notice, we got space buns.
Well, yeah, McKaylee is Star Wars themed, and I'm just space.
Yes.
I'm just space.
Claire's just stars and all that wonderfulness.
Stars.
Yes, I have my little Lego figurines back here. That's Darth Vader, but wearing a Lucius Malfoy outfit. That she has a black lightsaber. It's okay. We'll pretend that's not there. They're fine, but they're good. Yeah.
Amazing.
It is amazing.
I am very excited that it's May the 4th because, of course, that's like a theme day kind of, and we don't get theme days anymore. That's a elementary school thing.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Sometimes high school, sometimes middle school.
Yeah.
But I miss the theme days, and so this is a theme day.
Yes. We better believe we will be dressing up for holidays, any holidays that fall on these streams, because heck yeah. We're for that.
And not only that, though. Not only that, but if you were here last week, or if you're watching this and you've seen the other one, you know that we have a fun, cute little table thing that we really love that gives some spicy things. And because it's themed today, because today is a theme day, we have some cute space themed things on that table. A separate table. It's a Star Wars table. It's space.
Ooh. Yes. So when we finish rolling for our character, we're gonna roll on some things that are gonna add a little bit of a little Star Wars flavoring.
A little Star Wars flavor.
Yes.
But yes, let's remind them who we are, McKaylee.
Yes. Before we do that, can you move your mic a little bit? It's doing the thing again. Okay. I don't know why. Sorry, folks. As we said, this is only our second episode, so we're still figuring out some tech fun things. So thank you for your patience while we figure this out. Claire's mic likes to be like snap, crackle, pop sometimes, so...
Am I snap, crackling, and popping still?
It's better. It's better.
Okay. Is it okay, though? Is it still... spicy?
I mean, it's not. It's better. It's better. It's not as spicy as it was before. Improvements have been made. Yeah.
Just making sure. Okay. So who are we, McKaylee?
Well, I am Kaylee, and yes, you're back, I think.
Okay.
I'm McKaylee, and this is...
Claire. Wow, McKaylee and Claire, what do you know? And this is our podcast, Anddragons.
Woo! We make characters by rolling for them randomly. Whoop.
And not only do we roll for them randomly, but we tell you what all those things mean, because
Yes.
character creation is really intimidating, and it shouldn't be.
Hmm?
So we're here to walk you through it by making some funky characters every week. If there's a new one, none of them will be the one this week. It will not be the one last week.
Nope.
We won't be
No
rolling
one
another
can
Quilliam
be like
because
Quilliam.
only one Quilliam exists. No one else.
Yes. There's only one Quilliam QWERTY in this universe, and one Harold the platypus. There will not be another. Which, if you missed last week's episode, go watch it on our YouTube channel. anddragons, I think. Blank and Dragons. That was the original name of the podcast.
It's called Blank and Dragons because every episode is we fill in the blank.
Yes.
And then we put and dragons.
So our last week's episode is Hobgoblins and Dragons, and we will figure out whatever this week's episode is going to be. So, yes. Go watch that after the stream, or like if you want like 4 or 5 hours of our content, you can watch us right now live and then go watch last week's hot mess of a technical error episode.
Yes.
And it'll be great. And then you'll just have 5 hours of entertainment with us.
Absolutely, because why wouldn't you want to listen to us talk for 5 hours? I can't imagine why. Before we jump into things, I'm gonna try, my Wi-Fi lets me, to go over some disclaimers.
You're doing great. It's doing great
All right. Bear with me, y'all. First off, we are not affiliated with Wizards of the Coast. Wizards of the Coast is the company that publishes and like created all of the Dungeons and Dragons content. We're using a lot of their content because that's how you build characters, but we're not affiliated with them. We love them though.
They're in here.
We mostly love them. There are some things that are less lovable, but we won't. Why am I going into this?
We don't need to talk about the bad parts of Wizards of the Coast.
We are 23, and I say that we're 23 because
nobody likes you when you're 23.
Nobody likes us, and that's why we're doing this. So, so we get friends. But just to keep in mind that this is D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, which is based in a fantasy world with a variety of themes that might land on the heavier and occasionally more traumatic side when we're building characters and story building. So if at any point you feel uncomfy or you need to leave, please feel free to do so. Also, let us know if we need to change the way that we talk about these sort of themes, because we want this to be a safe space. And with that being said, I bring back the 23 because we might curse occasionally.
Fuck.
Yeah. Also, please be kind and respectful to each other in the comments. And then if you want more info on that, check out our rules in the About page, because A, it's really cute looking, and B, it is important to our whole thing.
Yes. Also, now are we done? Are we done with disclaimers? I just wanted to do a fun, quick shout out to my grandpa. He watched last week's stream. Hey, Grandpa. No, I'm not on drugs. No, me and Claire are not dating. But thank you for supporting us. I really appreciate it. Yes.
Yep.
God, it was the funniest thing when my dad was on the phone. He's like, so Grandpa wanted to know, are you on drugs? I was like, no, I just have excitement. I'm excited and happy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
It's a great time. It's a great time.
It is a great time. You know what else is a great time?
What?
This podcast.
Oh my goodness, it is a great time. That's so true.
Right. So similar to last week, we're gonna build a character, and we're gonna start that right now. But before we get into it, just one more thing. Just a little introduction, actually. You want to build a character? we want to build a character. So what do you need to build a character?
You need so many things. You gotta pick your
So many.
race. You gotta pick your class. You gotta pick your background. You gotta pick what hair color you have, what the first letter of your name is.
Oh, hold on. I did not realize we were
So many
picking hair
things.
color. I guess that makes sense.
No, I haven't built that yet, but I was thinking about adding an extension to the chart where we could pick what their like hair color and eye colors.
When you said extension, I just thought of
Hair
like
extensions.
like we are Zoo Tycoon and you're adding an expansion pack or something.
Yes. Well, last week I made a fun little doodle of Quilliam Qwerty, and I want to draw more of our characters, but I need to know what they look like. What we're
That's a
just
good point.
we're making like all of the like physical and mental aspects of them.
We're going through lots of things.
We're going through lots of things. There's lots of different things going on. So yeah, we are going to roll some dice on some fun, lovely tables that I have created that will help us pick without deciding what our race, class, background, and all of that fun stuff is. Yeah. I've been saying a lot.
So you do have to write all that stuff down in a place.
A place
which-
called a character sheet.
Yeah, a character sheet.
I put mine away. Dang it.
But yeah, there's a lot of different character sheets. We talked about this last week. You can find them for free online. You can support people on Etsy who make really cool, pretty themed ones. And you can, I think D&D Beyond is a resource so you can build with a character sheet. You can go straight to Wizards of the Coast and they'll give you one too.
Yes.
There's a lot of information on it. So when we're building these characters, we're going to...
Hold up.
Kaylee is attempting to show a character sheet that you can't read very well.
Nope.
But there it is in
Ah.
this book. In the Player's Handbook, which is very useful for building a character.
Yes.
Not to worry though.
Flagged.
We'll be doing that right now. But we are a little... At first, we were a little confused with the character sheet, so to help you walk through character creation, we made a shortcut version, which just has the most important things as we go through them, which we call our character cheat.
Yes. Yeah. It just has the important information that we need. And so let's transition to our character cheat.
Yes, we can surely do that. Do-do-do-do-do.
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 This is like the
Amazing
worst
times.
song.
I am very good at all of the things I do.
Yep. Wonderful. Nice. This is our character cheat that Mary Claire has made for us. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. It's got flowers. It's got flags. It's got ribbons. Just amazing. Just amazing.
It's cute. So we have a couple things on here that might be a little confusing. Oh, I'm just checking the comments real quick. We've been bad about doing that. So 1 second. Oh, yes. We are rolling for a character right now, and we have the dice that you would need to use, which we'll walk through what they are as we use them. So you can just sit back, relax, enjoy the show.
Yes.
And yes, Sunny, very accurate. Big agree on your comment about implicitism in Wizards of the Coast. Cool.
Yes.
Okay.
I think you cut out a little bit, but you
back to
said
this-
implicit racism in Wizards of the Coast.
Oh, I said a big agree on
Yes.
Sunny's comment.
Yes.
There are more efforts to kind of like fix and repair the like racist undertones in a lot of characters and a lot of the books and all of that all the time because
Yeah.
it's not great.
It's a
But
time.
yes, very agree. Okay. So normally you get to pick all the things in your character that we're going to be walking through.
So
But
much.
today, because we're teaching you about character creation, we're going to be rolling for all of these things. So normally you can pick all of these things, but we will be rolling. But to start off, just to kind of cover the things that we have here, we have these 6 scores, or these 6 yellow bubbles. McKaylee, would you like to tell them about these lovely things?
Yes, so these are our ability scores. They're going to be strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. So, strength, pretty straightforward, how strong you are. Dexterity is how nimble you are and like able to dodge stuff. So like our Quilliam Qwerty was a rogue last week, and he was very dexterous. And then Constitution is like not getting poisoned. You're very hardy and resilient. Have a good immune system is kind of how it is, which that'll affect how many hit points you have, which is super important. So you want that to be at least a 10. And then intelligence is how smart you are at figuring things out. Wisdom is how wise you are, or also like in a religious setting, more like perceptive to that kind of stuff. And then charisma is how likable you are, or sometimes it has to do with what you look like a little bit, is how I read it somewhere. Which is
Right, so these are your ability scores. So if we reference ability scores, that's what we're talking about. The words underneath are what are called skills. There are 18 specific abilities that are derived from the 6 ability scores. So the ones underneath, like the one underneath strength, athletics is related to strength, so that's why it comes off of that. The big thing as we're walking through this is going to be to focus on those too much, except for we might be told that we're good at a certain type of skill, and we're just going to highlight it for now. But we won't dwell on that too much.
yes.
Yes. Do we want to kind of just jump in?
Sure. Mary Claire.
Yes.
Could you get me a D100, please? And show our lovely audience what a D100 is for any new people. It's not actually a dice with 100 sides. We don't have that, sadly.
You don't, but they exist.
They do exist.
So you get 7 dice in a set when you're buying a like D&D set of dice, or a dice for most. What are the words I'm trying to say? When you go to buy D&D dice, there's 7 of them that you'll get in a pack. So 2 of the dice you'll get are both D10s, but one of them is going to have like 10 to 100, and then the other one's just going to be 1 to 10. So when you roll them together, you like combine them, and that's how you get out of 100.
Yes. So what'd we get for our...
We got an 86.
86. Roll again.
I love to roll again.
I'm just going to tell you, if it's over 71, roll again.
All right. 29.
29 is a grung. Oh, I'm so excited.
A what?
It's called a grung. I'm going to look it up real quick.
Okay. Me
I'm so excited.
Me too.
Oh, now it's just pulling up grunge aesthetic, but I don't want that.
Oh,
I want a
boy.
grung. Okay, so grung, I use them in my game, which, Claire, don't you remember? You fought them when you were in the river bed. Grungs are cute little frog-like creatures.
Oh my gosh. Those guys. You can play those?
You can play those. They made them into a player character race. So some races are like just for, whatchamacallit, for monsters. But this is a, like, I don't remember exactly what this is from. Wikidot says it's from one grung above, but I don't know what that is. But it's on Wikidot, which I trust with my life. Um, so...
And Wikidot is a resource you can use for searching
Yes.
D&D related things, which when you search for, you were to search for a grung, you would look up grung D&D 5e.
Mm-hmm.
The 5e is important because it's the 5th edition, which is the version of the game that is most recent and most commonly used. So unless you're in a game that's like the dungeon master, the storyteller, the DM specifically says like, hey, we're not doing 5th edition, we're doing this edition. Generally,
Oh no,
that
Claire,
it's going to be a
you froze
5e. Where did I freeze?
Generally?
I've lost my place.
Oh no.
You just carry on, McKaylee, it's fine.
Okay. I just wanted to talk about, because I used some grungs are like, oh geez, they're so adorable. Look up the art, they're so cute. I'm so excited. They're small creatures, so I think they're around 2.5 to 3.5 feet tall. Your size is small. So they're adorable. They're all different colors. So they're like red and green and blue and yellow. And they all have jobs in their society based on what their color is. So it's a real like interesting there's interesting hierarchy and lore based on their society. But I had in a D&D game that I was DMing with Claire, and shout out to Sunny who's in the comments. They fought some grungs that got trapped in this place with them. It was so cute. Sunny made one get transported to several hours in the future, and it was a whole time. Oh, I'm so excited.
Very cute.
Yes. Okay. Do you want to know what you get for being a grung?
I sure do.
Okay, your dexterity increases by 2. Which, this is, so when we figure out what numbers we're going to put in here later, we're going to add extra stuff to it based on race. So that makes sense because they're little frogs and they could probably hop all over the place. And then your constitution increases by 1.
Okay, constitution.
Mm-hmm.
1.
Woo! They also have arboreal, I don't know how to say this word, alertness, which means they have proficiency in the perception skill.
Oh.
So they're super perceptive.
Okay. Proficiency in perception. So proficiency is like, we didn't actually say the word proficiency, but it basically means like you're extra good at it, so you get a mechanical bonus to it once we get into the numbers part of this. We're not doing that just yet, but it's important to know what you have proficiency in so that when you use that skill, you add a little extra based on your level. Because you're better at it. So we're better at perception. So we're going to get a little bonus to that later.
Cool. Yes. So, what was I doing? I completely lost track of my thoughts.
You told me some word that made them perceptive, but I don't remember what the word is that you said, so I didn't write it down.
It's a boreal alertness, but it's okay. You don't have to write it down because we highlighted that they're perceptive. So, cool. They also, their speed is 25 feet. So you can put that in our lovely speed flower. Sorry, it's really cold in my room, so I'm getting a runny nose.
And we talked about this last week. Most races have the same speed, but because a grung is smaller, I'm assuming its size is small.
Yeah.
Which tells you little details. It's not always super important. Sometimes it is. But because we're smaller, we don't move as fast in a round of combat, which one round of combat is 6 seconds, so we can move 25 feet in 6 seconds.
Yes. Which also, as a grung, we get a climb speed that is also 25 feet. So we can climb walls. Yeah, because you have sticky finger and toe pads.
Pretty cute.
Yeah, so that's pretty awesome. Normally you have to use, like, spells to be able to climb. So I think that could be real helpful in different situations. Being able to climb up walls and stuff.
Yes.
And then you are amphibious. You can breathe both air and water.
Whoa.
Yes.
This is where we learn that Claire may or may not know how to spell.
Ooh.
Amphibious. Yeah, we are.
You're doing great. You're doing wonderfully.
Air and water. Carry on.
Sure. Our next thing.
Also,
Yes.
Also, we got a comment about they have a caste system based on color.
Yes.
And confirming that that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really interesting.
Wow.
I think like the red ones are like hunters, and like the green ones are like, I don't know. There's all kinds of you can look it up and like they'll tell you like detailed descriptions on how it works. It's so cool. I was gonna use that more. I might use that more in my D&D world. So look out, Claire and Sunny, if we ever get back to that campaign.
Yeah.
Yeehaw.
All right. What else about them?
They have poison immunity. So they're immune to poison and the poisoned condition. Or poison damage and the poisoned condition. So that means that if somebody is damaging them with a poisoned weapon and they're taking poison damage, specifically, they don't get it. And they cannot be poisoned, which the condition poisoned, which will give you disadvantage on like all attacks and saving throws, I think. It really sucks.
Right. And oh gosh. Lots of different creatures can have different immunities to things. Normally it's like the creature you're fighting that you hit it with something and they don't take as much damage as you think they were supposed to. Which is a little hint to say,
yeah,
they aren't getting hurt by that poison damage.
Yes, because they have poisonous skin.
What a segue.
What a segue. Yes, if they come in direct contact with you, with your skin, they have to make a DC 12 con saving throw or be poisoned. Whoa, you can also apply your like bodily poison to weapons.
What's a DC, Michaela?
So DC, there's a difficulty. What is it, Claire? We had this.
Oh, Michaela.
We did this the other day where we were like, we can't remember what DC is, and we sat here for like 5 minutes.
Okay, DC is difficulty class. It's
I was gonna
generally
say
used
class.
by DMs most, and it's for determining how hard it is to do something.
Mm-hmm.
It's frequently used with spellcasting, used with poison, evidently, as we see here.
Yes. So that would
and-
mean that you would have to roll your d20 and add your Constitution modifier and get a 12 or higher to not be poisoned. Yeah.
Or poison for a minute, right?
Yeah, for 1 minute. And then if you apply it to specifically to a piercing weapon, they must again succeed on a DC 12 saving throw or take 2d4 poison damage.
Oh.
Which is, you roll 2 of your 4-sided dice.
4-sided dice.
They're little pyramids that hurt when you step on them. Trust
They're
me,
painful.
don't do that. It
Worse
hurts.
than a Lego.
Worse than a Lego, that's for sure.
I would say so.
Oh boy. Little caltrops.
I like this one too. Fight a weapon.
Weapon. Yeah. Okay, so then they also have a standing leap. So their long jump is up to 25 feet. The high jump is up to 15. And that's with or without a running start. So they can just be standing there and jump. Which is... Yeah, you need, for everybody else, you need to take like a 10-foot running start. So that uses up a lot of your movement if you can only move 25 feet. Yeah, standing leap.
Standing leap.
Standing leap. And then the thing that makes this all balance out a little better is water dependency. If you fail to immerse yourself for at least 1 hour a day in water, you get 1 level of exhaustion. And you can only recover the exhaustion through magic or by immersing yourself in water for at least an hour.
Wow, what's a level of exhaustion, Kaylee? That seems crazy.
A level of exhaustion is a lot. So you get that from like traveling for more than 8 hours, or if you're in like a heat storm and you fail your Constitution saving throw. But you get different levels, and it goes up to level 6. Level 1, you get disadvantage on ability checks. Level 6, you die. So the only way to recover these points of exhaustion is through taking 8 hours of sleep. So you don't want them. They kind of really suck a lot. But they're fun to give out, and they make things challenging. So I love them.
I certainly are.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then I guess, so it doesn't say that they speak common, but they do speak grung.
Woo!
So I don't know if this character can, because usually it says you speak common and then the language of like your race. This one just says you speak grung. So
Yeah.
I guess you don't speak common.
Not everybody speaks common.
It's true. Which common is... Yes.
This is the moment. The moment where you learn that McKaylee and I secretly share one brain cell. And it's hard over the internet. But normally we say things at the same time. I don't know if we said it at the same time, but we thought it at the same time. And that's what matters.
That's what counts. That's what counts, baby.
This is what counts.
Do you want to explain, though, what that is?
Common is it's the language that's spoken at the table. So common can be English. It could be Spanish if everyone at the table is speaking Spanish. It could be German. Like it could be whatever language everyone is speaking.
Yes.
That's common.
Okay, that is everything for our race, features, and traits. Now we are going to roll for our background. background. Whoop, whoop. So,
Oh,
for background, I need you to roll again a D100, please. We have a table of, I think, like 25 different backgrounds. If you roll over a 97, roll again.
46.
46 is a faction agent.
I'm so excited.
Do you want to explain the factions, Claire?
Okay. This is something that not everybody uses when they, like, when someone leads a D&D campaign, which the campaign is like the whole, it's like the whole story. So, like, when someone says, this is my current campaign, they're talking about the story that they're playing. So it can span over, like, a year. It could be shorter than that. It could be longer than that. It's like the whole, like, story's, like, book, more or less. Yes.
Yes. So
Very
this
good.
is specifically from Sword Coast Adventures Guide, and it's based on those. So you're an agent of one of the specific factions. Which were you about to explain them?
I can.
What?
I sure can.
I have them. I have them here. I can go through. Okay, so
like,
there's 5 different ones if I counted right. There's the Harpers, which those are like the religious people, right, Claire? Like they're the goody two shoes that are made up of like clerics. There's the,
you know. Yeah. Sure. See, this is a thing, and this is the thing. McKaylee and I have been playing D&D for
several years now.
Couple years. There are people who know way more than we do, who've been playing for 10, 20 plus years, because this is a very well-known game. And even still, there are things we don't know.
Still.
Fully, and part of it is because we've only played one game where we've used factions. And sometimes they're more important to a person telling the story, the DM. Sometimes they're less important. Sometimes they don't really fit in the world, and sometimes they're like the crutch of the world, and so everything relies on which faction you're in. So if we know less about this topic, that's why, because we haven't used it as much, but the information is like super easy to find. D&D 5e factions, and then it gives you a little description of all of them. But yes, there's also like a lot of lore with the factions and everything in D&D. Like
you can find like a full on like history of everything from the past like 3,000 years that has happened. You can find stuff about the gods battle and what god is in relationship with another and why this one hates that one, and there's so much information you can find online. But the factions are just a part of that, and we're not super exposed to them. But in our one game, we did have a couple of them. But so, getting back to what they are, the Harpers are like the clerics and like good guys. The Order of the Gauntlet is similar to the clerics of the Harpers, but they're more paladin based. So they're like on a mission to crush justice and stuff. The Emerald Enclave, they're like rangers and like surviving off the land and protecting wildlife. The Lord's Alliance, that one's all like fighters and soldiers and like war heroes and veterans. So that's pretty cool. And then there's the Zentarum, which is the criminals.
The Zentarum are like the most evil of all of them, I guess. They're like the criminal spy network. The Harpers, I think, is the one that's like the reflection of them. They're like the good spy network.
Yeah. Yeah, so it says they serve the goals of the Black Network, but they're not necessarily criminals, but they are.
But the Zentarum is seen as like, you don't want to be a part of them, because in the campaign that we have factions. My character is part of the Zentarum, and everyone's like, why are you in the Zentarum?
Well, because your character is so, like, I guess your character's only nice to my character, but, like, your character's nice, and it's so sad.
But she's very like sneaky, so it kind of it makes sense, and that's the whole thing, is that you can make any character make sense because of the connections you draw and the connections we're drawing here. But faction agent is not a common background that people choose unless they're in a game that is specifically faction. So let's get into that. What do we get as a faction agent?
Well, first off, we're gonna roll a d6. If it's a 6, roll again. We're gonna see which faction we are a part of. Because that's going to determine some things about us.
5.
5? Whoa! Guess what?
What?
We're in the Zentarum.
Wow!
Yay!
Amazing! I am so interested in what this Froggy Frog has done in the Zentarum.
Ooh, fix your mic real quick.
Oh no.
Yes, so the reason why we rolled first is because you get a specific, so you get 2 skills, but it's still going bad. Yes, but you get 2 skills, but one of them, it tells you to pick one that's appropriate to your faction. So we wanted to pick our faction first so that we know which one we want to do. Yeah.
Better?
That's better. Yes. Okay, so...
a different kind of tech difficulty this week.
Yeah. We're just gonna have a different tech difficulty every week until the end of time, I guess.
Yeah.
That's just how this is gonna work.
It's fine. We're having a chill time. I also just want to say, if people have been commenting, McKaylee and I both are having trouble with our comments showing up, so
yes,
I'm so sorry if we've missed something that you said.
Both
or if
of
not,
our chat rooms went down.
Sick.
Isn't it great?
I can't see them, though.
I can't see them either. This is what happened to me last week, is that I couldn't see the chat room because it wouldn't pop up on my phone. But it's okay. We're still streaming. Hey, guys. Okay, so we're a part of Zentarum.
Yes, we are.
We are. And that means that oh my gosh, I just closed this because I got so sad that I didn't have the chat room. So we have insight as one of our proficiencies. And then, because we are part of the Zentarum, it recommends that we are also proficient in deception.
Recommends? What does it mean?
So it says, like, most people are proficient in this, and then it tells you in your skill proficiencies that you can pick one skill that's in insight or intelligence, wisdom, or charisma that's appropriate for your faction.
Oh, I see. So deception is the other one?
Yes, so deception.
Okay, making sure. I didn't need to roll for something.
Nope, we already did the roll.
I'm ready to go.
Okay, so we don't have any tools, but we do have 2 languages. So, if you could grab me a D20, please.
Oh my God. What are the odds that we roll common?
I don't have common on this list, but I'm going to put it on the list in my head. Because every character knows common. This is the first character I've come across that doesn't.
A D20?
What'd you get? You got a 20?
No, 15. Sorry, I got confused.
Undercommon.
That's a popular one.
No, the last one, I think he spoke deep speech. Oh, did he speak deep speech and undercommon?
I just feel like I've heard that word a lot lately.
Oh. Yeah, undercommon is spoken by underdark traders, is what it says in the player's handbook.
Ooh, Underdark Traders, you say?
Yes.
Alright, I'm making a note.
Okay. And then when you're done making that note, if you could roll again.
I didn't even show you what a D20 looked like. I got 19.
Roll again.
Oh man, look at that. It's so pretty.
It's so beautiful. Oh my goodness.
8.
They speak abyssal.
What?
This is so great. I feel like when we roll for characters, we just make evil characters. Like,
oh my gosh, what it... Am I gonna spell this right? I don't know.
Abyssal. Abyssal. So that's the language of demons and devils. It's what's spoken in the 9 hells.
Woo!
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what else do we get as a faction agent?
We get a ton of equipment. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
So we get a badge or emblem of your faction. So, do we want a badge or an emblem?
Oh, okay.
D4. Odd
pick
is the first one, even is the second one.
The second one.
Okay, we get an emblem. Emblem. Am I saying that word right?
Oh, no.
Emblem.
See, if we could read our comments, I'm sure someone will tell us.
I know. Let me pull it up again. I'm gonna restart this and we'll see. I love it. I can't see anything. It's great. We're doing great here. Woo! Okay, so we have the emblem of the Zentarum. We have a copy of a seminal faction text or a code book for a covert faction. So we have a code book.
I like the code book.
Yeah, because we're in the Zentarum. We do spy stuff. We don't know if we're evil yet, but we do spy things. A set of common clothes.
Oh, common clothes.
Yeah. Which sometimes you'll either get like common clothes or you'll get fine clothes, which are like nice and fancy. This person's just wearing like common wear. And then 15 gold pieces. Which is pretty average. It's not bad.
15 gold pieces? My brain is...
You're doing great.
Jumping around.
I know.
We didn't roll for something that I could see comments now.
What did we not roll for?
Oh, we didn't roll for the grunge color.
Oh my goodness! I didn't even have that in here. Well, now I know what I need to add later. Okay. Let me look up the different grunge colors. Grunge colors.
Also, I just want to throw out a reminder to please be kind and respectful in the comments to each other. Yes. We can't see them all the time because of our technical difficulties, but I just thought, in case it goes away again, just want to reiterate that. We're all here, we're all learning things. And all good time, I hope.
Oh no.
Have you been able to find the grunge color, or is it...
Oh, okay.
Am I gonzo?
Yeah, you were for a little bit, but you're back.
Oh no.
You're good. Okay. So, we have green, blue, purple, red, orange, and gold. So roll a d6. We can see what color he is.
I think I showed the D6, but
It's so
the most
pretty.
regular one that you've ever seen.
It
3?
has such a pretty font. 3 is purple. Ah, that's so cute. It's a purple.
Okay, what does that mean?
That means so they're third in the level of the caste system.
Okay.
So yeah, so the caste system goes from lowest to highest. It goes green, blue, purple, red, orange, or gold. Let's see. Let me see if it says what purple ones are specifically in this thing that I have pulled up.
Whoa, I just elbowed the thing. You know, I'm really excited to figure out what Zentarum stuff this little grunge is involved in, because my character that's in Zentarum, she's the least involved in them, but also checks in the most out of all of our party with her faction. So I'm interested to see the flavor of Zentarum we have.
Yes. I looked it up. So purple are supervisors of the green and blue grungs. So they make sure the lower castes are happy. Yeah, so the green and the blue are warriors and artisans. So it says warriors, hunters, and general laborers for green, artisans, domestic and childcare workers for blue, and then purple, supervisors. Red are scholars and magic users. Orange are elite warriors, and gold have like the leadership positions. There.
So we're like lower mid.
Yeah.
Lower
so,
mid?
Yeah,
Wait.
yeah, because there's 6 and we're 3, so we're okay. We're good. We're on top of some people.
Interesting.
Yeah. What a time. Okay, so something else that we get as a Zentarum is a safe haven. So we have access to our network of supporters and stuff, and we know secret signs and passwords to identify other members. Yeah. They'll provide you with a hidden safe house, free room and board, or assistance in finding information.
Whoa.
Very fancy, very fancy.
That is very fancy.
Okay, now for this background, they don't have specific suggested characteristics, but it suggests that you use the acolyte. I know how to say words.
Yep.
Yeah, it suggests that you use that.
Words are easy. They're so easy.
Yes. So our next part is personality traits, ideals, bonds, and flaws, which for your you get that from your background, and there's a table that you can roll on for each of them, already in like the player's handbook or in other places that they have these backgrounds listed. So that's fun. But for this one, we're using the acolyte, which is from the player's handbook. Yeah. So our first one, yes, go ahead, Claire.
I just wanted to point out that these are like a lot of the things that we're going over. Some of them are not optional, but these are one of the things that it's kind of optional. The reason you might not want to use them is if you have a different idea for how you want to like role play as your character, how you want to be your character, and maybe you don't feel like you need personality traits to tell you how to play them. Maybe you want them because you don't know you've never done anything like D&D, and so it's a little intimidating. So you want a little guidance on how to play your character. But this is definitely one of those optional things. You don't have to, they put them on a table that you can roll. You can just pick which one you like best. We're obviously rolling, but
yes, that's what we
you can still you can still choose to or not to use these, but we are, because we're building this character with you. So
lit. Okay. So, for our personality trait, I need you to roll a d8 to see what our personality trait is.
A D8 looks kind of like a diamond.
Oh, your
Not
dice
really,
are so
but
pretty.
3.
A 3. I see omens in every event in action. The gods try to speak to us. We just need to listen. Dang. So they see, so everything to them is like, it's a warning of some kind from a higher power. Gods are talking. Gods are talking to me.
Yep.
Sums it up nicely.
Sums it up, I say. I'd say so.
Yeah. That's pretty much exactly what I said. Okay. The next one's ideals. So roll a d6. Sorry, I forgot to tell you what to roll. Jeez. So these are going to determine whether we are lawful, good, or chaotic. A 4. We're lawful. That's good. That was also recommended for grungs to be lawful. So I hope to one day rise to the top of my faith's religious hierarchy.
We don't like being supervisors.
We want to be better than that. Maybe, is it to do with the grung caste system, or is it to do with the Zentarum, like, work environment, like, hierarchy?
Maybe both.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll decide the flavor of it in a little bit.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
I definitely heard you say the words, but say them one more time.
Yes.
For everyone, not just me.
So it's power. I hope to one day rise to the top of my faith's religious hierarchy. And that means we are lawful, but we don't know whether we're good, evil, or neutral. So that means we need to roll for it.
Okay. I'm really nervous.
I know. I don't want him to be evil, but I feel like he's gonna be evil. Can you roll a d4?
D4, okay.
I'm so nervous.
4?
Roll again.
Oh gosh. 1?
Good!
You don't know what I wanted, but
I know. I just wanted a good guy. The last, 3 we've made have been evil. So...
True.
He's lawful good. Oh.
So, again, what we just did was figured out their alignment, which is another thing that you don't have to use.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it helps, though, with trying to figure out how your character might make decisions different from how you yourself might make decisions. So, you can be a lot of combinations of things, but lawful good is a common one for clerics, which is the class that heals,
Mm-hmm.
most responsible for healing all the other people, and it's like religious and that sort of stuff.
But it's gonna be interesting to figure out how this person ended up in the Zentarum with a lawful good alignment.
Yeah.
So excited for that. Okay. Roll me a d6 so that we can find out what its bonds are.
A d6.
Yes.
1.
1. I would die to recover an ancient relic of my faith that was lost long ago. They want some fancy relic that's lost. Real bad. Want a relic real bad. Yes.
So bad that you die for it.
So bad. I would die for you, Riley. Sorry. Okay.
Riley.
Have you not seen Inside Out? There's the guy who is like in her dreams or whatever. He's like, I would die for you, Riley. And they just keep making him and he just keeps saying, I would die for you, Riley. I would die for you, Riley. I would die for you, Riley. That's all I can think about now.
Yeah. I recall.
Moving on. Could you roll another d6 for our flaw?
6.
6. Once I pick a goal, I become obsessed with it to the detriment of everything else in my life. That's pretty intense. But you know, I'm not one to judge. Nice.
Goal is real important.
It is real important. I agree. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. We are going to roll now for our gender.
Yeehaw!
So, roll a d4.
D4.
Let's see what this grung.
4.
Roll again. I need to fix this.
Dice are rolling so high. 2.
Female. This is
Shoot her.
a female grung. Lit. Now roll me a d100.
Woo.
And we can get the first letter of her name.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Yeah, and then we can start to get some suggestions in chat. What we should name her.
32.
32 is I.
All right.
Yes. So, those of you in chat, if you have any names that start with an I that you think would be good for our little purple grung girl, please put them in chat, and we'll pick later on in the show what we want her name to be.
Given that we can see this.
Given that, yes, assuming that we do continue to be able to see what's going on. Yeah. So, okay. So we did our race. We did all of the insane background stuff. Now, we're going to roll for our class so that we can know which of our stats we have proficiency in. Which that's going to be 2 of our 6 ability scores we're going to have proficiency in based on our class. Then before we start filling in all of that class stuff, we're going to roll the dice to get our 6 numbers that we are going to distribute amongst our 6 ability scores based on what we are proficient in. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Mary Claire, could you roll me a D20?
A D20.
If you get higher than a 15, roll again.
Okay. 10.
It's another rogue.
Oh my goodness.
We were literally talking about this before the stream, where Claire was saying,
were.
like, I mean, it'd be okay if we get another rogue, and we were like, I mean, it'd be fine, like, but it's probably not gonna happen. Like, we're not gonna get the same thing. We're a rogue.
Rogue!
A rogue!
Right.
That means that we are proficient in dexterity and intelligence, which our character last week was a scout rogue, so we have a subclass that goes with our class. Later on, we're gonna roll for what our subclass is, and that'll kind of shape what kind of rogue this character is. So it's gonna be different from last week. That's
maybe
for sure.
maybe we'll have a band of rogues, and we'll start.
Nice.
They'll branch off the Zentarum, and we'll start a society of rogues, and they're all not connected in any way I can see right now, but.
I love it.
We'll
figure it out.
Yeah.
Maybe this little grung girl was at the party that Quilliam was at, where he got framed for murder. And that's how they know each other. And she also knows. I don't know, I'm getting too far ahead of myself. We just connect all of the characters that we make, so they all know each other.
They all know each other. It's canon.
It's canon. Okay. So now comes fun math part.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're going to do the fun, crazy math part, and then we're going to take a quick break once we do this because it's a lot. And we've been through a lot. We've been sitting here for a while. So, Claire.
Yes.
Grab 4d4 on your lovely dice tray. Oh my gosh, we're twins. Would you look at that? Wow.
D4.
Oh, I just knocked Darth Vader.
So there's 3 ways to do this. The way that we're doing it is maybe the most initially confusing. That's why we're doing it, to make it easier. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll 4d6s for each 6 times. So for each of these ability scores. And for each roll, I'm gonna add them up, but I'm gonna take out the lowest number. And that'll give us the first number that we're using to do the next math part. But let's not go there yet. Oh, and this is also where you get to do the quick maths. If you can't, then it's gonna struggle. I can't sometimes, so.
What'd you get?
13.
Okay, do another one.
Just so sad. 9.
It's okay. It's fun when they're low.
Mm-hmm. Oh. 12.
12.
10.
Nice.
12.
Cool. One more time.
11.
Dang, okay. We suck at everything. We're average. So average is 10. So I'm gonna say we should make this a weak baby. So put the 9 in strength because we're dexterous. We use dexterity for our attacks. So we'll be fine without it. But then we should put the 13 in dexterity because that will make it 15 and that'll be pretty good. And we can increase it later or whatever. And then I would put the 11 in Constitution because that'll make it 12 with our +1 from race. And then we got, I guess, because we're proficient in wisdom and charisma stuff, we should do 10, 12, 12 for what's left. Quick thoughts.
I thought you. Quick thoughts.
Quick
My
thoughts.
brain. Slow thoughts. Head empty. Smooth brain.
Yes. So, now we gotta add in our race traits, which you already have written next to them. Nice.
Yeah, so this is that's why we wrote them to the side, because we aren't going to use them until now. And that's also why we went through race and background first.
Yes.
Class, because...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now for
math
the
time.
Math.
Math.
Ooh. Okay. Take your ability score. Pick one, Claire. Subtract 10 from it.
Ew.
What does that get you? Nice. Now divide it by 2.
Ew.
But we don't like that. That's a 1/2. We're going to round down. So let's make that 9 and 8. Because that's a half. That's not a straight up number. We want a straight up number. So, whoa, it's a -1. That is how you get your scores. Also, if you don't want to do the math, in the front of the player's handbook, there is a table actually, right here, that tells you what the modifiers are based on what your score is. So you don't have to do the math. But the math is pretty easy once you get the hang of it and you start to pick up the pattern. Claire is demonstrating the rest of the ability scores. Yeah, so that's why it's good to have even numbers, which is why I wanted to put the 11 in Constitution, just because it helps increase it. If it was 11, it would have been rounded down to 10, and then we would have gotten a +0 instead of the +1. So it's good to do that, because now we're at least a little bit better in things. Not that good at stuff, but it's okay. Cool. Let's transition back, Claire.
Okay.
To our fun other screen. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So, we are going to take a quick 10-minute break. So everybody can stand up, get some water, get a snack, go to the bathroom, do what you need to do, and then we'll be right back. And we will fill in all of our class information and then figure out our backstory.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll figure out chat, because how are we going to name her if we don't know what you guys suggested?
Which do keep suggesting names in chat during this, because we want to
feel free to repeat it too, because I might have to close something out and come back, and I don't know if I'll be able to see chat.
Yes, we'll say our list of names, and if you don't hear yours, we'll figure it out. We're gonna figure this out. But we'll be right back. 10-minute break. And we will see you guys then. We're going. So we're going. We're live. Well, we're not live, but we're recording.
We're not live.
So
we're here.
Maybe this time it'll work. Maybe
it
won't.
Pals, buds, friends, neighbors. Not really neighbors, but whatever.
Neighbors at heart.
Neighbors at heart. Yeah, internet neighbors, sure.
Like the number neighbor thing.
Here's the thing. Last week for our first stream, we had tech difficulties at the beginning. So naturally, for our second stream, we had tech difficulties in the middle.
So next week,
of course,
is gonna be tech difficulties at the end.
Yes, and that's only to be expected, I guess.
So get ready, be prepared, fasten your seatbelts, mother truckers.
Yeah. So, we realized that our stream had just totally crashed a little I think for y'all it was into the break, but for us a little bit into the second half.
Yeah, we got part way through the second half before we realized that we were no longer streaming.
Yeah.
When things finally alerted us.
When things finally alerted us, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So we've done some stuff since then that we're gonna go over. Um,
Yes.
what you're watching now is on YouTube. We stitched the first and second half together, and we're just recording this. Just me and McKaylee hanging out.
It's just us, so we don't have chat, which kind of sucks.
It
But
does.
we will see you guys all next week on Tuesday. If you want to hop in, then hopefully we'll have better luck with all the tech stuff and all of the chat things, and it'll give us a nice full show, and then we can end it with tech problems.
Yeah, we can end it. We are looking forward to the end where there will be tech problems.
Yes.
But let's not dwell on that right now.
No,
We're here
of course not.
today. So before our chat disappeared, we did get some names.
Yes.
Some lovely names for our beautiful, beautiful little child that we have.
Our grunge baby.
Yeah, our grunge baby.
Yes.
So, McKaylee, why don't we go over those names real quick?
Oh, okay. So the names are Ivy, Imogen,
Cute.
Ibit, and Ilya.
Ilya. They're all really cute.
I know. They're all from Mr. Martian Man, which thanks, buddy. We appreciate
Thank you, Marshall.
Yeah, thanks, Marshall. Well, I wanted to say I wasn't sure. I like to say their username because also his username is super rad.
It is really rad.
His name is Marshall and it's Mr. Martian Man, and it's a good name, but then it also kind of sounds like Marshall, and I like it.
Great analysis there, McKaylee. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm here to analyze everybody's Twitch names. So comment in the chat, and I will let you know why your name is like that.
For sure. But we did pick the one that we thought was most fitting and cutest.
Yes.
Which is Ibit. It's like a ribbit, and it's just really good. It's just really smart.
It's a ribbit without the R.
We could never come up with any name, so we're glad that you can.
I have a Pinterest page that is for D&D characters, so I have like inspiration art and then like homebrew like subclasses and stuff, but I also have on that board I have a section that is just name ideas, so that if I'm ever making a character I can just like scroll through and be like, that one, not have to think about it. There's so many names.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think we can jump back in and kind of go over what you missed that we did.
Yes, we did quite a bit, but we will transition to the character cheat and show you guys what's going on. This is our theme song. We're singing it now.
We don't have one.
We're making it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ibit
the grung. She's purple.
What did we do?
I'm so happy about that. Okay, sorry.
What do we do, McKaylee? Let's cover the things. Oh, first off, you'll notice that this is a different character cheat than this one.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason is because, as we said, we were walking through this, and the other stuff wasn't important yet. But now we are here, where we've covered all this, and we are now on to class stuff. And we know we're a rogue. There's features and traits.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going through all of it. But McKaylee, what about those sunflowers? Because it looks like they're more full than they were.
They really are, because before we only had
Go for
our
the break.
speed of 25 feet in, which is a walking and climbing speed, which is pretty lit. Because normally climbing and swimming, you like have your regular speed, so that's like pretty awesome. But we added in our initiative, which is our dexterity modifier of +2. And then we calculated our hit points for level 3 because we make our characters, we should have said this earlier, we make our characters at level 3 because most classes get their subclass at level 3. If not, they get it earlier. But your subclass makes up a huge portion of like who you are. It kind of like it both informs who you are and is like made up based on who you are. But since we're picking randomly, we wanted to pick the subclass and then make that like why the characters the way they are.
Great.
So we have a D8 for hit points. So that means that we start with 8 plus our constitution. Yes, Claire.
So not every class uses a D8 for their hit points. So far, we've only covered the one that does use. I was gonna say ones, but we had a rogue last time.
Only one class
The
so
one
far.
that uses rogues use D8, but they could use other ones. So that's also something to take note of when you're trying to calculate the hit points, as we're doing right now. Mm-hmm. But you said we have a D8, and for level 1, you use the highest amount.
Yes, the highest you can get on the die, plus your constitution modifier, which ours is +1. So at level 1, we had 9 hit points. And then Claire rolled for us for our second level hit points, which she got a 5. And then again, we add our constitution modifier, and that got us 15. And then she rolled for level 3 and didn't roll as high. Got a 2, but it's okay. That's still better than a 1. But
we would get to re-roll the 1, so
yeah, we re-roll
really
ones,
not.
But like, well, you could re-roll a 1 and it be a 2. So
I did that last time.
Oh, well, see, there you go. It happens. So at level 3, we had 18 hit points. So that's what we're gonna leave it at. And then we put in our armor class, which for a rogue you get as your starting equipment. You get leather armor. So that makes it 11 plus your dexterity modifier.
Which we know because we looked at our resource books.
Yes.
Player's Handbook or online. And it tells you, based on the armor that you get, what your armor class is. Which armor class is how hard it is to hit you.
Which if you're not wearing armor, I think it's like 10 plus your dexterity.
Depending on the class you have.
Yeah. Well, no. Certain classes give you a bonus, and you can do 10 plus your dexterity plus your constitution.
Right.
But, like, without armor for anybody, I think it's, like, it's either 8 or 10. I don't know.
One of those.
It's one of those.
Normally you'll have some sort of armor unless you're DM, Dungeon Master, Storyteller, Narrator, tells you, like, you're not starting with armor or something.
Yeah. Or you have to take your armor off to sleep, and sometimes you can get attacked in the middle of the night, and then you don't have time to put your armor on because it might take a minute, which in the player handbook, I think it does tell you how long, either the player handbook or the Dungeon Master's Guide, it tells you how long it takes to put on don and doff armor is what it's called.
Wild.
Isn't that such a funny word, don and doff?
And there's something else about if you sleep in your armor a certain amount of time, then you get a point of exhaustion. So
yeah,
it's you can't game the system. You have to take off your armor to sleep.
Yeah, because it's uncomfortable. You're not gonna get a good night of sleep if you're wearing full plate armor.
You're just not.
Like that's not comfortable at all.
Right, but. Moving on.
Yes. Okay, so our other proficiencies, Claire wrote in the bottom left hand. That's left, right? On the screen? Or is that going to be right?
Left,
wait.
But it's underneath. It should be left, yeah.
It should be because it can't be mirrored. Because
It
if
can't
it's
be mirrored.
yeah, it can't be because if it's mirrored, then no one can read it. This
Have
is
to write backward.
yes. Okay. I'm already bad with left and rights. Trying to think about it over like a Zoom call or like technology just makes it worse. Anyway,
Terrible.
Claire wrote down on the page somewhere, either on the bottom right or the bottom left side, she wrote it on the page. And it says, we have proficiency in light armor, in simple weapons, hand crossbows, long swords, rapiers, and short swords, as well as a fun thing called thieves' tools, which is like the backbone of being a rogue. You are proficient, like they help you with unlocking things and disarming traps. So super helpful. So these are all things that we're good at, basically.
Right.
And that's all that we did on this page. We did roll for a couple of our actually did we roll for all of our 4?
We did, because you know what, McKaylee? This is our second time trying to record not live.
The struggle
So-
is real.
The only thing that we did extra that we hadn't gotten to yet was that we rolled for this last proficiency. So
Yes.
rogues and all the classes get certain proficiencies on certain skills, and normally it's a selection you get to pick.
But we
from a
don't
list.
want to make
So-
choices.
We don't want to make choices, but that's also why we leave class for last, because your race and your background give you
Well, your race sometimes does. It
this
doesn't
time it
always.
did.
Yeah.
This time it did. Sometimes your race gives you proficiencies and skills, and generally your background will. So, because we get to select between some proficiencies per class. We did it last. Gosh, that rhymes. Boggles me. But we rolled for them, and you can see them highlighted here. But if you're listening to us and not looking, it's deception, intimidation, persuasion, insight, perception, investigation, and stealth.
I think we got perception from our race, and then we got deception and insight?
Yeah.
Yeah, from our background. The rest all came from our class. Yeah, because you got to pick out of like 8 different choices, and we already had a couple of them.
I rolled some d8s.
Ooh, okay. They're so fancy.
Fancy.
Okay,
Okay.
go
Now we can
to
keep going.
The
Right,
other page.
Mackenzie?
Yes. Now we're going to add in our equipment. So they give you, like, for your starting equipment, in addition to the stuff that we got from our background, we get to choose between some options. So we already have our leather armor on there.
Mhm.
We're definitely going to get 2 daggers.
Oh, okay.
If you want to write that. Before the rolling, we can just put the things that we're like definitely gonna get, and then we can roll to see which ones for the other stuff. Okay, Then we also get thieves' tools, so we have that stuff. It's so lit. Okay. Now I need you to roll a d4 for a rapier or a short sword.
Four.
Short sword it is. We have a short sword, and now I need you to roll another d4 for a short bow or a short sword.
3.
A short bow. And
Okay,
a
dokie.
quiver of 20 arrows. Some DMs, your dungeon master narrator, will keep track of things like ammunition. Some don't. I haven't played a campaign where that's been an issue. Yeah, I mean, we have kept track of, like, in one of my campaigns, like, javelins and stuff, like, bigger equipment, if we're, like, throwing that, but, like, some DMs will be like, oh, how many arrows do you have left? And then Some just like don't give a shit. So it depends.
We have
You froze out for whatever you just said.
But we have 20 arrows.
We do have 20 arrows. Yes.
What else do we have?
Okay, I need you to roll a d4. If it's a 4, roll again. This is for what pack we have. So I believe our Quilliam had a Dungeoneers pack.
3.
3. So, she's gonna have an Explorers pack.
Oh, cute.
Yes. And that's everything for equipment. So that's all our fun equipment that we get.
Also, when you get a pack, I'm not gonna. I don't write down what all is in the pack on my sheet. You certainly can, but it's always good and smart to at least look it up once, just so you know what's in there for creative problem solving when you're playing the game.
That's what has things like rations and I can actually read you what we get in this pack. We get a backpack, a bedroll, a mess kit, a tinder box, 10 torches, 10 days of rations, and a water skin. And the D&D classic, 50 feet of hempen rope. Most packs come with 50 feet of hempen rope.
Yeah.
So it's just a funny thing that if you're looking for rope, most D&D adventurers will have rope.
Yeah.
It's needed.
Pretty much.
It's needed. They're into some kinky shit, man.
Yeah, that's it. That's absolutely the only use for rope. Nothing
Obviously,
else. I could never imagine another use.
Claire, what else would you use rope for?
Nothing else. Why are you asking me like that? I've already agreed with you.
On that lovely note.
Well, hold on. Okay. You need, if we're gonna go into this.
Okay, I'm here for it.
50 feet.
50 feet.
That's the only thing you could use 50 feet of rope for. 50 feet of rope.
Well, it depends on how many people you need to tie down.
Yeah, but everyone has the 50 feet of rope.
Well, not everyone's an adventurer. Some people are just tavern keepers and stuff, and I'm saying adventurers always have 50 feet of rope. But
are you saying Ibit needs more than 50 feet of rope? Our small baby girl Ibit?
No, God, that's a lot of rope for a little 2.5 foot
baby
girl to carry.
Imagine her with her explorer's pack on, probably as big as her.
It'd be so good.
I know that not all small things are cute, and I know that you don't have to make them cute, but in my mind, she is very cute.
She is adorable, in my mind.
Her
name is Ibit. She has to be the cutest thing in the world. She has to be really cute. But it's just because Michaeli and I like things to be cute. So, she could be not cute, but okay,
in our eyes, she's adorable. Anyway.
Let's fill in some of the abilities, the class features, and traits that we get at level 1. Okay, go over to the other page, Claire.
Oh, really?
We are going to put in our expertise. So we get to pick 2 of our skill proficiencies, or 1 of our skill proficiencies and our proficiency with Thieves' Tool, and we double the bonus. So,
I roll?
Wait. I need to count. 1, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus the Thieves' Tool. So, yeah, roll a d8.
Oh, a d8. Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Yes, because we're rolling based on what we have proficiency in already.
3.
3, so insight is doubled.
Ooh. I will just... Oh, you seeing behind the thread today. Insight is doubled. Whoa.
Wow, it's so highlighted. Okay, now roll again. If you have 3, roll again.
God damn it. 6.
6 is intimidation. Cool. So those are our 2 abilities that have been increased. So that means you double it.
What we just did is called expertise, right?
Yes. And at 6th level, you pick 2 more of your skill proficiencies or your proficiency with thieves' tools, and you add them to the list. So you can be like super proficient in like a lot of things. Pretty lit. It's pretty lit. Next is one of the like main cool things of being a rogue that will kill your DM that we talked about last week is sneak attack. That's just if you are hiding from your enemy, if you have an ally within, I think, like 5 feet of the enemy, you get to add a bonus to damage that increases during, like, per level. And it's lit and very OP and awesome.
Very fun.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to say, last week we built a rogue, and McKaylee was telling all of her rogue stories, and I was sitting there like, I haven't built a rogue, so I'm just vibing. But here's the thing. I have built a rogue, and I love her so dearly, but she's so chaotic that I forgot that she's a rogue.
So
I love her. I love rogues. They're great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, Claire did sneak attack in a one-shot I did with her playing that character. She used sneak attack and killed this big bad bear that was enlarged that I was so excited to use, and she killed it in like 1 hit. And I was so sad because I didn't even get to attack with. I think I got to attack 1 round and it missed because you dodged it, you sneaky motherfucker. That's all.
Yeah, I've played a rogue before.
You're very good at playing a rogue.
I love her. Her name is Tilia Knight. She loves Sir Gawain and the Green Knight.
It's a good book.
And that is all I'll say about her for now.
Yes. Oh, you should say at least she's an arcane trickster.
Oh yeah, she's an arcane trickster. That's a subclass.
Mm-hmm. It's the one with magic.
Yeehaw.
Okay.
Okay, let's keep going and see if Ibid is anything like Tilia.
I know, or maybe she's like Sven.
Maybe she's like Sven.
Maybe, or maybe she's like Quilliam. Okay.
Maybe she's like Quilliam.
So next you get Thieves' Cant. At 1st level. So we talked about this last week. It's just like saying normal sounding phrases that actually mean like they're actually like coded messages. So you can talk in public about like assassinations and stuff and like sneaky rogue things. So it's usually
That's like I would imagine it's like, how's the weather? Oh, the weather is nice. But then it's like a really fucking long coded message.
I've seen some really good like homebrew like codes that people have made like for this, like for their own version of Thieves' Cant, and they're really cool. Like I highly recommend looking them up. I love looking up that and like Druidic, which is the language of druids. There's a lot of like really fun like people made up like symbols and stuff for it because there's no like official way that like Thieves' Cant works or like way that like Druidic is like portrayed, but like people make that stuff up and they like put it out into the world and it's so much fun. I just love it. I love it.
Very good.
Okay. So that's all the stuff that we get at 1st level. At 2nd level, we get Cunning Action, which is pretty nice, and I always forget whenever I don't play a rogue now that I don't have this. Because what this means is that on a bonus action, you can dash, disengage, or hide, which are all actions for every other class. So during combat, you get an action and a bonus action. An action is like attacking somebody or like
hiding.
Yeah, I was
helping.
Yeah, or helping. Or like interacting with an object.
You have a certain amount that you can move, which is 25 feet, but you can also use your action to move extra.
Mm-hmm.
But with the cunning action,
wow, you can do more things on your turn. So you can attack and then go hide, which will then help you on your next turn because you'll be hidden from your enemy, and then you can get sneak attack.
Or you can attack and then disengage so you don't get...
Yes. You
Just if you
can
run
run
up to somebody
away.
and poke them, and then you run away.
And they can't get attacks of opportunity on you, which is what they would normally get if you poke them real close and run away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, now is the great, wonderful time that we go back to the great character table.
Oh, really?
Really. Now, this is because this is all we get at second level.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. But at third level, we get our roguish archetype, which is our subclass. That's what it's called for rogues, roguish archetype. So Claire,
I didn't catch that.
if
Yeah.
you could roll a d10.
Oh, a D10 just by itself?
Yep, just by itself.
Okay. A 9?
A 9. It's a swashbuckler.
Okay.
I'm so excited. I played a swashbuckler for a year or more. Oh, exciting. Her name was Sven. She was wonderful. Let me pull this up. Claire, do you have... Oh my gosh. I'm just so excited that it's a swashbuckler. This is from Xanther's Guide to Everything. So where Claire's character was like, where Tilia Knight was all like sneaky using magic to like do things. My character that I played was a pirate. And she was lit. And that's literally, that's just what this is. A swashbuckler is someone who's really good at using a blade. So it's really good, actually, that we rolled for her to have a short sword. That's pretty lit. Yeah. Short sword is really good for a swashbuckler. Okay.
What do swashbucklers get? Tell me.
So, the first thing is fancy footwork, which I love. You learn how to strike and then slip away without reprisal, which is that word, which is like that's how they describes it, which is super awesome. So if you make a melee attack, they can't make attacks of opportunity on your turn. So you don't have to disengage if you make a melee attack. So you can...
That reminds of a monk subclass feature that we won't get into today, but
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's a good one. That's for your Xantarum character.
Yes, this is for my Zentarum character.
Yes.
Which maybe we'll get into that more when we do backstory stuff.
Yes, I'm excited. Okay, the other thing that you get is the love of my life, because I love having a high initiative. And this just helps you. I always want to go first in battles.
Yeah.
So this is Rakish Audacity. I think this is why I play barbarians, because eventually you get advantage in.
Did you say brackish or
Rakish?
Okay.
So Rakish. So you get a bonus to initiative equal to your charisma modifier. So we gotta fix that initiative, because now it's +3, baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
We add our charisma bonus.
Yeah, so we add dexterity plus charisma to get our initiative now, instead of just using dexterity. And that there's another part. Okay, so part of with sneak attack. So there's all the rules with sneak attack that you need to have advantage, or be hidden, or have someone within 5 feet of the creature. You don't need that anymore. You just need, which this is awesome. My DM hated this. I would just send him the stuff all the time. And she would be like, you can't use sneak attack that way. And I would say, no, I can, and just send her the thing. So you can attack it if you are within 5 feet and there's no other creature within 5 feet of you besides the person that you're attacking.
Thing?
What?
This is the audacity thing?
Yeah. It's just a second part to it. Which that was pretty awesome
Wow.
in our party because I was the only melee fighter. So
That's true.
whenever I got up close and personal, I would be the only person in 5 feet that wasn't an enemy.
It was very convenient.
It's so convenient. I did so much damage. Oh, God. Okay. So we don't get any more from that until 9th level. So that's all of our features and traits and fun stuff.
Interesting. All right. Cool. Well.
Well,
You know what that means.
what does that mean, Claire?
That means that we get to roll on the best chart of all of the charts.
Ooh, why don't we, should we roll first on the other chart?
The new one?
The new one?
Right. So if you remember today or yesterday, it was May the 4th. It's May the 4th.
May the 4th.
I'm trying to be conscious of our YouTube friends.
Yep.
It's May the 4th today.
May the 4th be with you.
Of course. Same brain cell.
Same brain cell. Same brain cell.
Right there. Bouncing back and forth.
Yes.
So we thought it would be really cute and fun to make an extra table that's just space themed.
Well, more specifically, Star Wars themed.
Yeah.
We all rebels out here. We need.
Great. Well, I'm space.
Shh, Claire.
I'm just space.
The space is with the rebel army, so it's okay.
Okay. So, I don't know if space has
fights
a
on the
conscience
side.
like that, but
Space
yep.
does what space does, Claire.
Yeah, and you know what space is gonna do today? And she's gonna roll.
Roll a d20, space.
All right, I guess this is my name now.
This is your name now. We can roll a couple of these because I love them so much.
Okay, just because they're fun.
Just because.
They go away forever after this.
Yeah.
An 8.
An 8 has a prosthetic arm.
I love her.
Little grunge baby with the prosthetic arm, like our wonderful Luke Skywalker. Whoop, whoop.
Spell that. My brain said
prosthetic. Prosthetic.
arm.
Okay,
Ooh, spicy.
okay. Let's roll again.
A 1.
A what? So apparently, our Grum is a lesbian, because she is in love with her long-lost sister that she doesn't know she's related to. Maybe they're also in the Zentarum, and they're like working really close together and stuff. And she's like, "Oh, this is my soulmate. She's the only other Grum."
What are you doing?
It's not her fault. She doesn't
roll
know.
again? Do we roll again?
Let's do one more. Okay, we'll do one more.
Okay.
What'd you get?
10.
10. Part of an order of protectors who have been slowly dying out. So this could also go with her, what was her flaw? She had a flaw that was about, like, wanting to move up in, like, her group. This could be another group that she's, like, trying to do. I got an idea. Okay. So this is like the Order of Protectors are like the Jedi. Right. So they're like good guys who are like trying to keep balance in the world. So maybe she's working for, she's a part of this group, this really good order of protectors people, whatever we call them. And they send
Yeah.
her to infiltrate the Zentarum to try and like push them in a good direction or something.
That's true. So she's a faction agent, but they don't know that she's a
They don't know.
double.
That's why she's so good at
double
deception. And
Oh my gosh.
stealth.
Okay. I just wanna point out, I was really hoping I was hoping so bad that we rolled a 12. That we had rolled a 12.
A 12. Claire, would you like to share with us what a 12 is?
Yeah. Yeah, let me just... A 12 would have meant that Ibit would have a porg companion.
For those who don't know, a porg is like a space bird, and they're adorable. You've probably seen one.
They're very cute, and I think I've seen a homebrew of a porg, so I really wanted it to be, but it's okay, because maybe we'll throw that on our bigger table, because it's very good.
It is very good.
What do you think?
I was thinking about throwing some of these in the big table.
Oh, that big table.
That big table.
We need to roll on that.
The potato.
The potato. If you didn't hear last week, the potato is our most precious table from the Great Character Table. And it stands for, well, I'll just say it and then we'll get there.
The potato.
It's for personalized, obscure traits about tenacious onions.
Yes. Because this is a chart that has personality traits and like physical attribute traits. So it's different traits that like are about a person, help shape who a person is. And people are like ogres who are like onions. So this is why this is about tenacious onions.
People are like ogres.
We have layers.
Yeah, but it's a very big chart. Currently we have 230 things on the chart.
If you guys ever have suggestions for more, if you ever have suggestions for more, DM us on Twitter or Instagram.
Yeah, let us know if you have obscure traits about characters that could build backstory, because that's what this is. Which I will roll now. Yeah?
Yeah, roll a D100. Because we're only rolling out of the first 100, sadly. Once we get a bit
30.
We'll do more. 30 is uses leaves for all utility items. So clothes, cups, like utensils. That's so cute. She brushes her teeth with a stick. Do frogs have teeth? I'm gonna have to look up the anatomy of a grung after this.
I just looked up penguins, and they have scary teeth. They're terrifying. I would not want to get into a battle with a penguin because of how scary their teeth are. But
scary.
You know, oh well. You want me to roll again?
Sure. Let's do 3 on this one too, so it's even.
Okay. 54.
54 is their freckles form constellations. It's a little purple frog with black dots that make little constellations all over it. Should the freckles be black, or should they be like pale, like a pale blue? So then it's a purple frog with like pale, light blue, whitish freckles. Or should it, because it's a frog, should it be black?
Well, she's purple, so maybe they're like white or like.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
It's very cute.
Oh my god, I'm so excited to draw this.
Okay. Another one?
Yes, yes, yes.
97?
97 is... Oh, that was almost one that didn't make sense. This one actually doesn't really make sense.
Oh, okay.
It's... Well, it could make... It could make purpose. So this is an albino purple frog. Let's figure out what albino means for the grunge people.
Maybe it means like lavender or something.
Yeah, she's like a little
Or maybe-
lilac color.
Well, actually, what are the grunge caste system colors?
They are, I think it was green, blue, purple, red, orange, then gold.
So there's not one that's like lighter.
Mm-mm. They're all like dark. They're like think of like tropical rainforest frogs.
Yeah.
Like that's the color scheme that they are. Yeah. The art is super cute for them. Just
okay. This is very interesting, and I'm excited because okay, here's the thing. All right, let's look at our sweet baby.
Okay.
Here. Okay, so nose abyssal and undercommon.
I forgot they don't speak common.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Wait, what? Hold on. Okay, lawful good, abyssal, undercommon.
Uh-huh.
Grunge.
And grunge.
What if, okay, right off the bat,
Got it.
because she's she doesn't look like the rest of the grunge. Because they have a caste system, maybe they don't accept her, and maybe they are like
They like kick her out, just like
she
straight
is.
up.
Oh, what if her freckles are purple, and that's how we know what her
So
caste
she's
system
white
is, because
with
she's
purple
albino.
freckles.
Because if she's albino, then her freckles are purple, and that's how you know.
Mm.
But that's maybe not enough for the grunge society to say that she's a supervisor of the lower grunge.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe they don't accept her like a grunge would want to be accepted.
Yeah.
And Ibit's sad about that.
Our poor baby.
Okay. So, after that, right? Bear with me, jump in at any moment.
Okay.
After that, wait, where do grunge live? They live in water?
They live in like rainforest type environments, so like swamp
Okay.
areas, kind of.
So not anywhere near the Underdark, or
No.
hell, right?
Well, no.
Okay. Okay.
That could have something to do with the order of protectors that she joins. Maybe that group. This one's hard.
It's hard, and the thing is, like, for me, when I make characters, I'll sit there and I'll put a couple notes together, and maybe I'll build the character like we have here, and I'll look at it for a while, and then I'll just put it away.
Yeah.
And then I'll come back and like put some notes, and I'll come back, or I'll go away and hate everything, and then suddenly it will all make sense to me.
Mm-hmm. We're doing
so,
rush hour character creation. 2 hours, make a character. We're doing rush hour character creation. 2 hours, make the character, make the backstory, go.
Speed run. We're speed running character creation.
Speed run.
Okay. Oh, that's right. She has a prosthetic arm and is in love with her long lost sister. Okay. Thought. Was quickly outcast from the rest of the grunges.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Quickly. Doesn't know she has a sister. Doesn't know that.
Oh shit. Was
quickly
she
outcast?
Okay.
Maybe she's raised by the Order of Protectors.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so they've been dying out, but they're kind to her. They teach her the lawful good times. That sounded bad. They teach you to be lawful and good.
Yes. Do they speak Underdark or Common with, or maybe somebody speaks Grunge, and so she speaks a little bit of Common.
I think.
I think
What if?
she's
Okay, you
got
said
to have picked up a
rainforest.
little bit. Yeah.
Like maybe it's a group of who speaks Undercommon most
Underdark
frequently.
traders.
Underdark what?
Traders, like people who trade illegally,
Traders. Ooh,
like
ooh. Okay,
smuggling.
okay, okay. Wait. Okay, so here's what's up. All right.
All right,
Okay, so little Ibit, right?
little
Very
Ibit.
cute. Not like the rest of the grunge though. So it's quickly like away. Doesn't
Just
really
away.
get to like grow up with the other grunge. But some traders, some Underdark traders, come across her because they're looking for spicy things in the
Yeah,
climate that she's in, or
spicy
the place
things
that she's
to
in.
trade illegally.
Right. And maybe maybe there's like one of the traders is actually good and is part of this dying order and speaks some grunge, right?
Yes. And
And
so they
so
become companions,
like
and like he
so they
takes
become
care of her.
it's like her mentor kind of, but in a
Aww.
familial way,
Yeah.
in like a family, in like a parental figure way, right?
Okay.
And so they get her away
Mm-hmm.
from the bad traders, but they still are a trader, so she still comes with them and learns Undercommon.
Yes.
And okay, but here's the question. When did she get prosthetic arm? Do you think her outcasting from the grunge resulted in her needing a prosthetic?
Maybe. What if she got outcasted, and then she's like little baby girl, and
Mm-hmm.
she's running through the forest trying to take care of herself, and she hurts her arm somehow in like some kind of accident, like falls down a cliff or something, and so she's
And
all like injured and like has a like weak arm, and it doesn't get better, and so she needs to amputate it when they find her and then give her a prosthetic.
when they find her, they don't. The most of the traders are like, no, we that's damaged products, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this one sweet sweet person
Yes. Whoever they
is
are.
like, oh, heck no, I'm taking this little grunge, very sweet, and takes care of her and maybe and gives her a prosthetic arm because
Mm-hmm.
maybe they're a tinkerer or something, like they're a trader.
Yeah.
They're a trader because they have to be a trader, but
They're an
they like to
artificer.
tinker. They're an artificer. And they're living in the Underdark,
Mm-hmm.
and they raise her in the Underdark, and she learns Abyssal because maybe I keep thinking that this is a masculine figure,
I
but
do
I
too.
don't know if
I
it
think
matters.
let's make it a masculine figure because I keep saying
Okay.
he too. I keep imagining like a kind, like older gentleman who then
Yeah,
like grows
really
old.
sweet.
Yeah, and
Really
has like a
sweet
little
father
a
figure.
scruffy white beard and wears one of those caps.
Yeah, very cute. Because
Very
everything
like
is cute to
1920s.
us.
Yes.
Yes. And maybe he has some like in his past he's had a dealings with people who speak Abyssal, and so they come around. So, oh, do we? This is the moment, McKaylee. Do we give this character more trauma or no?
Yes. So much trauma.
More?
All the trauma. Claire, are you
Okay.
you're asking me?
So this guy. Let's give him a name. I know we don't have chat to tell us a name, but let's roll for a letter and let's come up with a
Okay.
name. What do I roll?
Roll a D100, please.
Okay. 92.
92 is a Y.
A Y?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is why we need chat, McKaylee.
I know, chat. You need to help us, but you're not here.
Help!
Let me look it up.
Okay, so this guy, right? This guy.
Yep.
He is a sweet old man, right? Sweet old guy. And he in his past, in his earlier life, he had some dealings with people who speak Abyssal, which to group them in this story, we're gonna say that that person is not a good person, and they're like bad news bears, right? So, Haley.
Oh, yes, you bumped out, but I think yes.
Okay.
Johan.
Johan is cute. How do I spell it?
Yohann.
Very cute. Okay, so Johan, right?
Johan.
Johan is this sweet old guy, and he had some dealings with people in the past who spoke abyssal. Bad guys, bad news bears. I don't know if that got cut out, but I like saying bad news bears because one of our best friends says it a lot, and it's stuck in my head forever. I love you, Leanne. I love bad news bears.
It's very
but
good.
This guy, bad news bears. I can't say it more than 5 times, so I have to stop.
It's it's 3 times, Claire. 3 times for a joke, and then you got to move on.
I'm not gonna do it again.
Nope.
Okay. So this guy who speaks abyssal comes back and is like, "You owe me stuff," even though Johan probably doesn't owe him anything. People are just terrible. Like those kind of people, they're just terrible, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So Johan gets got.
Does he die in front of her?
I think maybe she's hiding and he...
Because she's really good at stealth.
She's really good at stealth. And so, okay.
So she's hiding. These attackers come.
In the Underdark.
Like, they're like demon, like devil worshippers who like. Sorry, I was watching a TikTok today about devil worshippers. They're devil worshippers, actual ones, but like bad ones who are worshiping like an evil devil who he used to be in cahoots with, and they're like, "Hey man, you left us, you motherfucker. We're gonna stab you in the stomach and spill your guts all over your bedroom floor." And she's hiding under the bed. And they leave after ransacking the place and taking all of their stuff, their money and things. And she comes out and finds Johan bleeding out on the floor. And she's crying. And he's like, "Remember to be a good person," or some shit like that. And then he dies.
Yeah. And then, okay. And this is only the first half of Ibit's story, okay? Because there's so much more. We have to get to we're just gonna keep going. Okay.
She's a kid.
So
she's still just a kid.
Event. What did you say?
She's still just a kid right now in this part.
She's still just a kid. Oh my god. Okay, so she's still just a kid. This has just happened. Maybe she ventures out, right?
Yes. I want to see how long, like, what the lifespan is of grungs.
Okay, I'm gonna keep talking.
Do it.
So she ventures out of the place that they live in the Underdark, and maybe she runs into another group of small creatures that it would make sense for her to like kind of
squirrels
just kind of groups up to try and find these people, right? Yes. Maybe she feels like finding them, and she discovers they're part of the Zentarum.
Wow. Also, I looked it up, and they mature at the age of 1, and they live up to 50 years.
Good. Okay. Great. I think then all of the events leading up to meeting Johan is probably before turning 1.
Yeah. Yeah, because she was abandoned at, like, child age. So, like, like 6 months old.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, so it's so sad. She's abandoned, and then her father figure dies, and then
he dies when she's 2.
And she learns that he's part of these Order of Protectors, so she is aware of that and is like learning.
Yeah,
and maybe has some like books or something.
He taught her the ways of the Force, not the Force.
Yep. Sure.
Wrong movie.
And so then she discovers that they're part of the Zentarum, so she's like, gotta be part of that. So she starts like busting it and like really working hard,
So she finds out
right?
the bad guys are a part of the Zentarum. Is that what you were saying?
Or maybe, yeah, either that,
the Order
or
of
she
Protectors?
finds out that the way that she could get to them would be through the Zentarum, because maybe she learns that the Zentarum is associated with people like that
Yeah.
than anything else.
Yeah,
And so maybe she like believes that's how she can like get close. Because maybe they took something that was maybe it's less about revenge and more about like they took something precious to her, like a something, you know?
Yeah.
And so then she's working really hard, and this is where her rogueness stuff and her swashbuckler stuff comes in, right?
Yes.
Because she's learning how to be quick, because she's previously she was like kicked out and abandoned, so she's learning to be quick and fast and like, you know?
Yeah. We just did some like swiping hand motions for anyone who's not watching.
The quiet air whiffing sound was
that was like no noise for like 5 whole seconds. We're just going
ninjas. You know, I'm making air sounds with my hands. Anyway.
Yes.
Okay. Let's look back over here at the Okay. This is, I think, is where she changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's more good before this, and then she has goals now. Like as she's like growing and working hard.
Yeah. Okay.
She's got more goals. She wants more like power.
Yeah.
Maybe she discovers that the
Claire, maybe the personality traits the gods are talking to me. It's not the gods. She thinks that Johann is sending her messages from beyond the grave.
Oh. That's really good, McKaylee.
That's so wonderful.
And what if she thinks that, so because she thinks that Johann is talking to her beyond the grave, is she thinks that the thing that they took that's precious to her isn't just precious to her, but it's a fucking relic.
Yeah.
And it's real important. And that goal is so important.
Should we roll on the trinkets table to see what this thing is that is so important? Yes. Okay. This is from the Player's Handbook. There's a wonderful trinkets table of 100 items that you can roll for to spice up your life. Last week we got a letter. Do you want to tell what it was, Claire?
No, McKaylee, we're on this episode. I want to roll.
Yeah, okay. I was just pulling it up. It is a D100. Roll.
I was ready for it. Oh, is that cost? Nope. No, it's not. 84.
84. Well, this is kind of weird for her to want, but we can figure out why she wants it. It's a receipt of deposit at a bank in a far-flung city.
It's a clue. It's a clue.
Is that... Okay, what does it mean by far-flung city?
I think it means like far away.
Okay.
Oh, did I freeze?
Oh, so that's why... Okay, he screwed this cult group over by taking all their money, and he hid it in this bank super far away, and so they came to get the receipt, and so she wants it back because that's... I guess...
Yes.
Yeah, that's... Because if they get the money, then they'll be able to fund their satanic evil things. Though they don't worship Satan, they worship some other devil that, like Dispater.
Yeah, there's a lot of demons and devils lore in
there
D&D,
is.
so whoever they do is one of those.
Yeah, they worship a devil or demon of the 9 hells. Like...
Yep. But yeah, so she's so she's working hard to learn rogue things and swashbuckler things, is now part of Zentarum because she's thinks that this is the path to get right.
Yes. She thinks
She
that's
fell
how
in
she's
love
gonna get
with her
home.
sister.
Keep going. You froze for a minute.
Oh, I'm never. I'm not sure if I'm freezing or lagging, but how does she fall in love with her long lost sister? That's the
Her.
next part.
Okay, I think that her sister, because her sister has to also be a grung.
Right.
So, she also is a part of the Zentarum.
Okay.
And she's the only other grung there because they're very rare outside of like their groups. So we don't know what's the sister's deal is because maybe she's all like mysterious and shit and like keeping her secrets and stuff. And she's like, man, I want to know more about this person because she might have clues to my past or to like what my society that I was kicked out of is like.
Mm-hmm.
And so she tries to get close to this person. She ends up working with her for like the Zentarum, doing like different jobs and stuff because they're getting paired together because they're like, oh, just send the two grungs. And so they become partners in crime.
Wait. Do you think that? Oh gosh, I keep freezing, and my brain's like, my brain's frozen too.
Oh no.
Do you think that the sister was also kicked out of the caste system?
Well, is the sister also albino?
Or has some other thing that makes her like less seen as a.
Because if she's also like an albino or like something like super like it'll be obvious where they're like, oh yeah, obviously like we must be related, but we don't want it to be obvious that they're related, you know.
Right.
Maybe
I don't know what size like family grunge have. Like if they're born in like is it similar to frogs and like a bunch of like eggs and you have like hundreds of siblings maybe?
I don't know. Let me
These are the questions we need to know.
How many siblings do grungs have?
I really love it so much.
Did you know that grungs, if they're like super good at their stuff, they can be elevated in the caste system by using herbal tonics and ritual magic? They change their color. Isn't that wild?
That is pretty wild. Whoa. That's cool.
Okay, so it is eggs.
Okay.
Yeah. Each caste lays eggs in separate hatching pool. Yeah, and they join their caste upon emergence. They're all dull greenish gray when they're born, but they take on the color of their caste when they grow up.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
So yeah, so she could just be like one. She's one of like. How many babies do frogs have normally? Like. We're looking up the specifics of frog birth. This is wonderful. But I need to know, how many babies do frogs have at a time?
Oh. Okay. Sick. She can anywhere from 2 to more than 50,000 eggs at once.
That's a really big number. So she could be.
No way that she would know that this.
Yeah.
There's a high chance it could be her sister, but maybe she was kicked out so early that she didn't realize that she had a lot of siblings. Oh, what if? What?
Sorry.
You go, because I think we have the same thought, but you go ahead.
Okay, what if her sister elevated in the caste system, so she's no longer purple, but she's red, and so she's like, this isn't my sister because we're not the same color.
That is not what I was thinking, but
What were you thinking?
I was thinking, what if her like birth was unusual in that there were not that many eggs, and the only other ones like didn't survive, and so she thinks she's an only child, like she thinks she's the
Yeah.
only one, and she thinks she's the only one, and then she's also kicked out because she doesn't look like she's supposed to society. Yeah.
What if in that, like, all of her siblings, like, being like dying or whatever, like not surviving, the one egg that contains her sister that lives gets mixed up into another caste, like,
Oh, and then when after she's born, she becomes a different color.
yeah, but it takes a while, and so Ibit matures faster, and so
Mhm.
she's kicked out before the mistake is realized, and they realize
Yeah.
that she does have a sister.
Yes, I love this. And you know what? It's not the same, but it feels like Nemo a little bit. And
I know, I was
love
thinking
that
that.
because Nemo has a gimpy fin and Ibit has a gimpy arm.
But then she cuts her gimpy arm off, and she gets a prosthetic arm.
Does she cut it off? She's 6 months old.
No. Well, I think. Oh, God, this is turning into 127 days. So she gets hurt. It's like seriously broken. It gets infected and it starts spreading up the arm. And that's when they find her. And so Johann does the surgery on her, or he gets the cleric of their group to do it. The cleric type
and then
person.
he like fashions a
prosthetic for her.
I love Ibit so much. Oh my gosh. Okay. I also love Johann. And so then they're partners and they're working
for the
together on things, and it's slowly falling in love and doesn't know how to talk about it, maybe.
Well, because her sister is so like guarded and stuff, so she's not telling her feelings, and then
maybe her sister's kind of stuck up a little bit because of the caste system thing, like
because she moved up. She's a red one, which means she's a magic user, so she might be like an arcane trickster rogue.
I love it.
Yeah. So
and this is the moment where we start the campaign is bam.
They all get called for a faction meeting, and she gets paired up in a group of other members from different factions to go fight giants.
Storm King's Thunder. Thank you and good night.
Yes, but ma'am, if you want a character to start off in Storm King's Thunder, we have a lovely grunge for you.
Yep.
Grunge.
Oh my gosh, I really like her. She's so cool.
She's so good. Oh.
I love her.
Yes.
And of course she uses leaves for utility stuff because maybe she never grew out of that. It just is comforting.
Mm-hmm. It's just what she does. Like, and also she's really small, so it's hard to get like, things that are her size. So she makes it herself.
And maybe that's like one of those things that you do that you don't remember when you started doing. Mm-hmm. You just always have.
It could be also because Johann's a tinkerer, so she tries to also tinker, but she only uses what she has around her, which is like leaves and rocks and stuff.
Yeah. Oh. It's real good, isn't it?
Yeah. This is very good. I love it. I love her.
I love it.
It's wonderful.
Well, I sure hope that more than just you and I get to know about Ibit, because
I know. If you stayed this far, I love you.
Yep.
That's all. Marry me. Here's your proposal. No, but thank you to anybody who actually did stick out for this full ride. We're so sorry about the tech stuff.
Yes.
But as always, we're excited to do this.
Yeah. this is both of the times that we've done this so far have been super fun.
Mhm.
And I know that we're excited to continue.
Yeah.
And we didn't really mention, but we're hunting for another name for another very important person
Yes. Which before we
and
talk
creature for
more
us,
about
and
that,
that's our dragon.
you froze for like 5 minutes and then just came back saying dragon. um, but why don't we transition over, because we don't need we don't need this character cheat anymore.
Yes, let's do that. Yeehaw.
Yeah. So we can be real with you guys.
Yeah, up close and personal.
And Claire can tell us about the thing she was talking about with the dragon.
Yeah, we really love all of your name suggestions, just in general. They're always really sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, Quilliam and Ibit are very cute.
They're such
If you follow us on any other social media, which would just be Instagram or Twitter, you might have noticed that we asked for name suggestions for our dragon, the dragon that's in our logo.
Yes.
And we got I think about 8. But we're still we wanna give you ample time to give us your name suggestions because they're always so wonderful. We might post some more about it. So definitely, I don't know if I've frozen. Okay.
You're good. You're good. It went in and out a little bit, but you're back.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and on Twitter and YouTube and wherever, but especially Instagram, Twitter, so that when we ask you guys for names, you know where to put them.
Yes. Yes, and we'll talk more about it next week.
Yeah.
With all the names, we already have so many wonderful names for our dragon. So I'm excited. Mhm.
But yes, follow us on the places.
Yes.
Comment on the things so that we know that you're enjoying stuff. And we're excited to see you next week and
yes,
really not have any tech problems until this part. This part we'll have them. It's okay. But until next week.
fingers crossed.
Yep. Have a happy rest of your May 4th.
Yes. Well, by the time anybody sees this, it'll be May 5th, but that's Cinco de Mayo.
Rest of your May 5th.
Cinco de Mayo. Let's go.
Cinco de Mayo.
I'm gonna have a quesadilla tomorrow. Sorry.
Yes.
I just got excited.
But I guess we'll see you next time, hopefully.
Thank you and good night. Cool.